A referee's workday is a lot longer than 48 minutes of game time. Just like the players they officiate, NBA refs have pregame and postgame routines and their own video review. Recently, we spent some time with NBA official Mike Callahan. Our cameras followed him from the court to the locker room to give you an inside look at how refs work and prepare game assignments.
He then raises his right foot, his pivot foot. Again, this is a traveling violation.
Good call from the lead, not a whole lot of defensive pressure. Picks up the pivot foot. But you have a tight defense. Game day breakdown is about the teams we have that night. Did the teams just play 10 days ago? Was it problem matchups? Does this team run? Does this team have a half-court game? Is it mostly a jump shot team? Do we have slashers? Do we have guys that shuffle their feet? We talk about stuff like that. But the point is, we're all on the same page.
Not just another game here in New York. It's always special, Ubi, when Kobe Bryant comes to town. And usually the star players seem to get so fired up to play in this building.
We don't have anything in our area, let's go to another area. Let's go to the action area. Let's all be ready to assist each other. You guys do a good job. In the dressing room, everyone has their own thing that they go through. I like to sit by myself for a minute or two, really zero in. It doesn't matter what game, because every game that you have in the NBA is a big game.
That way! Round the clock! That way! Deflected! Pair! No shot! On the floor! On the catch!
At halftime, we have about 4 or 5 plays that we want to look at, and we had a play or two that we didn't like. Looks like he gets hit on the head. Odom left hand.
I think he gets the head or the arm.
You know, we miss plays, and we miss critical plays. That happens. And it eats at you. It eats at you. But after it eats at you, you got to move on. You got to move on and accept and go on like you do during the course of the game.
Bryant thought that Jeffries bumped him. The ball hit off his head. Gallinari fouled by Artest.
Kobe hit it right on the head. Went straight out with the ball.
During the course of the game, players have questions, and we're all free to answer questions as long as they approach you in a respectful way.
I agree. I see the ball hit you on the head.
Yeah, but that's why he hit me on the head. I was going to catch it, got pushed back, and I missed the ball.
I'm not saying you're not telling the truth. That's all.
NBA basketball is an emotional game, and we understand that as referees that the emotions are going to be high. But if they come at you professionally and respectfully and ask you a legitimate question, we're all more than happy to answer the question.
Well, the Lakers trailing a good portion of tonight. They get the win here at Madison Square Garden.
You guys did a great job.
Good run.
No, you guys were on your game tonight. 20 years, I still have a whole lot to learn. The nature of our business is, refereeing the best players in the world. I got to do a better job when I work my game tomorrow night.
Bang! Right here. That ball didn't hit the rim. The ball didn't hit the rim. 2.2. 7. Bang. 1. Over there.
Your adrenaline's going. Your adrenaline's going from the opening tip, really. But even so, as the game goes on and it gets closer, your concentration has to get higher. Your level of readiness really has to be focused in. Your concentration has to be at an all-time high.
They give it to Nowitzki against Miller. Nowitzki drives, he runs over Haywood. That's an offensive foul.
After the game, we go into the dressing room and talk about the plays that we have. And then we go to the video and check whether we were correct or incorrect.
Who's at the trail on my offensive foul?
I was. I thought it was an offensive foul. Unless he's in the restricted area.
That's what I'm not sure. That's what
I mean, he was definitely set.
I think his heels in the restricted area, but I'm not 100% sure. That's why I didn't.
I think he knocks him into the restricted area.
You may be right.
I tell you, man, I could be wrong.
He was out? Looks like he's out.
No shadow, good replay. He gets kicked in.
Gets kicked in the restricted area. He's out.
Yeah.
See space?
Yep.
Wow.
Very good.
They're not easy plays. But you go in there and you look at it and you nail it, well, that's our job. That's our job. We're out there as NBA referees to get plays right. But you don't get too high about things, you don't get too low. That's what I should be doing.
A nice peek into how much work goes into the day. From start to finish, Ronnie, how long is a game day for a referee?
Well, it starts by getting into the city.
Right, travel.
Travel time, and then, of course, 11 o'clock meetings are usually the times that they get together. Sometimes they're altered depending on where people are coming from. And then, of course, the trip to the game, there's some chatter about the game. And then in the locker room, we begin to prepare in a different way that you do in the daytime. And then finally, post-game, you're reviewing the plays during the half and at the end of the game. You're going to put it on the game report. You're going to put various things, whether you got it right, you don't get it right. The office needs to know the integrity of your work from your standpoint right there. So it's a full day's work.
Paperwork, even for a referee.
Paperwork has become computer work.
Not just showing up and blowing whistles. All right, Ronnie, when we come back, your chance to make the calls that make the game so difficult to call.